start of the season till now?
Exponential. Hard to put in to words, just because of who we become as people, holding each other accountable, challenging each other in positive ways, encouraging on the court, obviously, in the community. So I think when you talk about building the program in year one and really building the foundation, we're well on our way because of what these seniors have done.
How much would a win against a signature program like this mean for a program that we're seeing is up on the up?
I mean, a win any day is great, so it doesn't really matter who it's against. Obviously, when it's University of Tennessee coming in here on Thursday, one of the best, most renowned programs of all time, and they're a great team, phenomenal team. So we know we got our challenge, got our hands full, and I think our team will embrace that challenge and be excited just to have another day to compete.
Did you ever get to go up against them when you were at Belmont at all?
When I was an assistant at Georgia, played them, and then when I was at Louisville, we beat them to go to the Final Four. The year I was at Louisville.
I mean, what is it about that program that, I mean, obviously we know what Pat did for so long there, but able to just, it's more than just a coach, I mean, just that sustainability, really.
Yeah, I mean, the pioneer of women's basketball, Pat Summitt, and the first program to really, really be a national dominance, I think, for a long time. Coach Summitt and the Vols, and, you know, it's a basketball powerhouse, and the fan base there is tremendous. And, you know, I like our orange better, but it's good stuff.
It goes well with the blue.
Right? Yeah, yeah. The dark blue and our orange are better than the baby blue and their orange.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys, or do you emphasize, it seems like every day in the SEC, Thursday, Sunday, there's always, you think you know who's going to win in a matchup and then something crazy happens. We saw Tennessee fall to Alabama. Do you emphasize like that doesn't mean anything, or does that kind of feed the team hope?
We just talk about being the best conference in the country, and any given day anybody can win, because the best conference is the best conference because it's got the best players and the best coaches. And so in that regard, you've got to be ready every moment, because a game can change so quickly, whether you're home, whether you're away, and that's what makes this league so incredible, is the competitiveness of it.
Coach, your forwards, Haley and Paulina, they've taken big strides in their game so far this season. We talked to them about, you know, just what they've tried to, you know, emphasize to the younger players in practice and in the games. What have you personally seen from your younger forwards, such as Michaela, Jaleisha, and even Zeta, you know, who's sitting out because of transfer rules?
Yeah, well, first, you mentioned Paulina and Haley. What they do from a leadership perspective in terms of their energy that they play with, the consistency of how hard they play, but also the way they pull the younger kids under their wing and teach them and coach them and show them things. Whether it be in film, coaching them, whether it be on the court in drills, whether it be in 5-on-5, sitting next to them on the bench, or just mentoring them on the road in the hotel. You know, just that leadership that they provide. But it all begins with who they are as people. And because our underclassmen know who they are as people and as seniors, it provides an avenue to where now all of a sudden it's a more comforting place where you can accept their leadership and their mentorship. And I think it's just been tremendous to see what they've done for the program as a team, but also for the individuals with helping them for the future.
Is it too early to say that, you know, you feel comfortable with, you know, your seniors handing off the reins to the younger players? You know, what is maybe the recruiting trail looking like as well with inside players? Yeah,
you know, to be honest with you, I'm just focused on film here after this, and today's practice, then tomorrow's practice, then Thursday. So I'm not even thinking about the end. I'm just focused on each day continuing to get better, because I still think we have a lot of room to progress, and I think our young kids have a lot of room to progress. And with how they're doing and with where we are, I'm just excited about today's practice.
And, you know, with the next couple of games coming up and then leading into SEC tournament, do you think we'll see a lot of those younger forwards getting some more minutes as well?
I think it depends on the game. It depends on foul situations. It depends on time and score, because obviously our seniors have been there, done that, and really have a lot of trust in them. So it just depends the ebb and flow of the game.
Where's the confidence level right now?
I think it's tremendous. I think it's strange because of how tremendous our confidence level is and with our record. But we try not to focus and to compete with what the scoreboard says and what our record says, because we know that we can compete with the best attitude and effort we can every day. And our seniors, you know, we preach that, but now our seniors and the rest of the team have really embraced that. And because of that, we continue to improve. Because of that, we don't get let down with results. We just focus on the incremental increases of productivity and improvement.
How dangerous does that make you guys, having that mindset going that doesn't matter who you're playing. We're not playing wins and losses. We're just out there playing good ball.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that do that, and I think when you focus on the process, great things can happen. And I think that's kind of what our team has learned, is that you can still have a lot of fun, grow, and build something special regardless of results if you do it the right way.
And what would good team basketball do for you guys down the stretch heading into the tournament?
I mean, it makes us a threat. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how far we can go, this, that, the other, but I know what we're going to show up and do. And that's what makes me so excited, because that at any given day, with our ability to shoot the ball, with our ability to have 5 people on the floor that can stretch the floor and score inside, outside at any given time, I like our chances.
And, you try not to focus on wins and losses as a coach as much as, trying to get better. But seeding is, could be a big, factor in the SEC tournament. Are you trying, maybe focus in and hone in on getting those wins to, better yourself for the tournament?
Like I said, we're just focused one day, one possession at a time. I mean, obviously, the more wins you have, the better off you are. But that's not the end-all, be-all for what happens once you get there. I was part of my first season ever at Siena on the men's side. We won 4 games in 4 days. I've been part of some pretty special things in college basketball. And you never know what can happen. But I know if you don't show up and do the work early, then you're never going to get the results later. So we just got to do our best we can today to see if we can keep getting 1% better.
Coach, do you recall a game or an instance when you saw the shift in the attitude in the team?
Somebody asked that the other day. I can't remember a particular moment. I think it's such a growing/learning process for me, our staff, and our players, because it takes time to build the camaraderie. It takes time to build that relationship with us, with them, with the locker room. And so I think it's just taken time, but it's been different moments for different people. But when that really turned, I can't say. I can't really say, but I know I've enjoyed the roller coaster that it's been, and it's been a lot more consistent lately. And just it's a pleasure to be around these young ladies every day.
I know you've talked a little bit about the program history at Tennessee, but what about this year's edition? What do they bring?
Very long, athletic, great size, athleticism. Some of the best players in the country. Very dangerous team, because they can do a number of things offensively, a number of things defensively, and just really tough team. So we know we got our hands full on Thursday.
Are you excited? I mean, I don't know if excited is the right word, but just when you think, okay, we've finished with Asia Wilson. Okay, we faced McGowan twice. Whew.
Mercedes and Westbrook and Naird. I mean, it's a great team. I mean, I'm excited to compete against Tennessee. I'm excited to get to go through the SEC our first time this year and play all these incredible teams and these historic teams. So it's and to get to play it on our home floor in front of Gator Nation. I mean, our crowd's been tremendous. I'm really starting to understand how incredible our fans are.
Not the OVC though, Coach. I mean,
Close. It's close, but no cigar to the OVC. No, I'm kidding.
What's the biggest thing you've learned though, in terms of just when you're going up against that kind of size and that kind of talent every night?
You've got to come up with new, innovative ways on how to play offensively and defensively. You got to find how to use our strengths to attack their weaknesses. You got to find ways to take away their strengths and just try to make them uncomfortable.
What are some of your strengths that you feel like could get you guys a win on?
We've got to be smart with valuing possessions and getting good shots out of our possessions. That's a team that wants to speed you up, they want to press you, and we've got enough skill on the floor too to where if we share it and give up a good one for a great one, we can get good looks, and we knock those down, anything can happen.
And Coach, quick status update. Jaleisha, I saw her walking around with a boot. How's she feeling, and what's her status for Thursday?
I mean, I think everybody kind of knows the status. We weren't sure she was going to play on Sunday, and she almost had a triple-double, so I think she'll be fine.
Thanks.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.